The universe is vast, enormous, huge, full of stars, planets and matter. Some of the matter is so dense that not even light escapes. We call it dark matter with Dave Navarro.
Wait. It's a half step down there, too.
Yeah.
Keep listening. This is Todd's daughter. Can you turn that up a little? For those of you listening, this is Todd's daughter Lola singing Ocean Size by Jane's Addiction.
Your goddaughter.
Bring me down a little.
You guys did the radio edit. What the fuck is happening here? It's chaos. I think I'm going crazy. I used to like this song.
We just need to always have a guitar in here for you.
Do you hear that? Do you hear that response?
Yeah.
They were really digging me.
It was like a Jane show. Dozens of people going crazy.
It wasn't like, it was like a Jane show. It was like everybody in there was 50 and had kids.
That's right.
That was me and Todd's daughter, my goddaughter, Lola, performing Ocean Size on Halloween at the talent show.
Did you guys come out together or did she come out first and then you made an entrance afterwards?
It wasn't really that choreographed.
Oh, okay.
I don't really recall much.
It was together.
We came together.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Whoa,
Jesus,
bro.
dude.
What?
You did what together?
Well, we entered the stage together.
Okay.
We walked upon the. I can't say enter
Yeah,
either.
you
We
can't say
walked on
enter.
stage together.
Yeah. They appeared together at the same time.
It was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
We left
It
together
was
too.
fun.
You know what I mean?
I was there. Jess wasn't there, but whatever.
That's cool.
Really supportive.
I didn't
Jess.
even know it was happening.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I didn't.
Guess
No.
you're not
No
in
one
the-
told me.
Not in the friend circle, I see.
Wow.
You have to be smart to go to those kinds of schools.
It was funny. It was that all these kids. that
Single
were-
men, single women. They've already got one out. They've already realized a dream. Now they're ready to live. Do you know what I mean?
It was amazing. There was kids. It was like, what are they? 8-year-old, 8 10-year-old
8
kind
to
of
10,
stuff.
11, yeah.
There were kids coming out doing stand-up acts and
Oh my God.
people singing, some really bad, some really good, and then Lola brings out Dave Navarro.
But the best part was like us all marveling at the confidence that these kids have. Like
Yeah.
this one kid came out and sang, sang "Eye of the Tiger."
And it was awesome.
and it was
he did a
great.
good job, yeah.
At like 8 years old, I was like, I would be fucking terrified.
They're going to lose all that confidence.
That high note.
Yeah.
Watching it all with the eye. He was going for it.
With the eye
Did you
of the
record any of that?
tiger. No, fuck
Oh.
that.
That's not my kid. I don't give a fuck what he does.
Waste my storage space on that kid.
That kid?
He made Lola look like a total piece of shit.
She totally outshined him.
No, she was awesome. She really, honestly, she was one of the best ones there. If not the best one there.
I would hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I did for Halloween.
That's
I went and
fucking
spent it
amazing.
with the kids. And the night before Halloween, I went to like a little Halloween thing, and it was cool, a little club. But I forgot that I live in a neighborhood where there's trick-or-treaters.
I always wonder where people go trick-or-treating because
In
all
my
the time I've
neighborhood.
lived
Oh, yeah,
in LA,
it goes-
I've never had a trick-or-treater.
Does
It goes off.
Elvira give out candy as Elvira?
I don't know.
Can you fucking imagine if you
I
showed
don't-
up to her
I'm pretty
house?
sure she doesn't want people knowing where she lives. But
Just do it at your house.
I forgot. Like it didn't even occur to me. I thought I did my Halloween thing this morning, and that's that. And so around 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, my doorbell starts ringing.
Yeah, you got to shut the lights off if you don't want to.
And I open the door, and it's these two kids, and I'm like, oh my God, you guys, I'm so sorry. I forgot all about this.
Here, have this Thrashbird painting.
You know, I could give you a bar of Xanax.
Warhol.
And then after that, I just didn't answer the door.
Smart.
I felt terrible.
Yeah,
You should have just
gotta-
given them money,
Yeah.
the first two kids, and then just not answer the door after that.
Yeah.
Like,
You
here's
guys
a
want
dollar.
$20 each? Come on inside.
pay
Your shoes
them,
off and your pants.
pay them for their silence.
There's a no pants policy in the house. It's Asian. It's Asian.
We're doing something different this year.
Only for children.
We're doing something different this year. No costumes at all.
No clothes.
clothing.
Oh, I love Halloween.
And then what else do we got? We got Matt Zane coming in. He's got a big announcement about
That's right.
Static X and the passing of Wayne Static, and we'd like to talk to him about that. We also have Nita Strauss, who is world-renowned shredder guitar. I mean, we've had a lot of shredders in here.
It's not stopping either. We got another one next week.
We got another shredder next week. Shred-tastic. But she plays with Alice Cooper.
That's right.
And she was in the Iron Maidens, which was the all-female Iron Maiden.
Which to me is even better, bigger than Alice Cooper.
It's a bigger deal than
Yeah.
Alice Cooper.
Have you ever seen the Iron Maidens
Never
play?
saw him.
Do they perform around LA a lot?
I saw them like 5-6 years ago out in the valley somewhere, and it's awesome the show that they do because they make the set
Oh,
like
they do it
you
at
know-
Paladinos or something like that?
Yeah, I think that's
I bet
exactly
that
where it was.
That's
yeah.
the only place people play in the valley.
See, it worried me like Mini Kiss. I was not into that.
No,
kinda,
but to
you know what
watch
I mean?
these girls and like
I'm into it more than Kiss.
No, Mini Kiss.
I know. I like that more than Kiss.
You like Mini Kiss better than Kiss?
Yes, sir. And I like Kiss too, by the way. But
I like them.
Mini Kiss is just wonderful.
Pull up Mini Kiss. I want to see something. I've never even seen it, but I was just worried. You know, Mini Kiss. Like
You've never seen it? And you don't like it?
no, it's just like you walk in and you see it, and then like there's 45 more minutes. Like you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
Dude, come on, look at that.
the novelty wears off, is what you're saying.
all right, play a video though. See,
Look at that.
oh my god, that guy.
The gene.
The gene.
Dave
isn't
is
so
pointing
happening.
at the gene guy.
They're just all like little trolls.
But everything is so much cuter when it's
They're all like-
miniature.
wait, Dave was gonna just say,
massive stadium.
look, they're all like little trolls.
Maybe I do
They are,
like
though.
them better.
You do like them.
But will you please find a YouTube video
Yes, of course I will. I'll do
of
anything.
Mini? Oh, there it is.
Shout it out loud. That's the one.
Shout it out loud, man.
Shout it.
Here we go.
Shout it out loud.
You got to have a party. By the way, they're playing it like Dodger Stadium.
I know. All right, take it back. Mini Kiss is awesome.
I mean, they're as good as Kiss.
They're as good.
Yeah.
Dude, don't give them the short end of the stick.
Nice, Todd.
Don't belittle them.
Jess, what have you been up to?
They're quite up to par.
Relaxing with my 2 weeks off. I went to the haunted hayride. That was about the only Halloween-y thing that I did.
Is it a little dirty? Is it a little good? You want to shower when you get home?
No, not necessarily. I mean, I did have straw down my pants from sitting in that.
Is it dusty? Like,
It's very dusty.
I don't like that dusty stuff, like Runyon Canyon, hay rides, and
I just don't like the people that are supposed to come up and scare you, that they just can stand in your face. And then if you're like, can you just back off? Then someone's there like, can you not touch the performers? And you're like, but they're so close to me.
I went to a thing were we in Israel? Remember
We
Tel
were.
Aviv?
Tel Aviv, yeah.
Yeah, so I went to this thing called Nightmare. I met a girl in Tel Aviv. She goes, I don't know why she was from French, but for the sake of the story, she was, I want to take you to go to Nightmare. And I was like, okay. So we go, and it's literally a black room that you walk around in, and then people just jump out and grab you and go, ah! Like, physically grab you because they have like night vision on and you can't
God.
see.
Oh God, that
That's
would be
fucked up.
traumatizing.
That's all it is, and you pay money to do this.
Isn't that kind of like Not Scary Farm though too? You can't
No,
see
They
anything.
can't
It's like-
grab you at
Oh,
nights.
okay.
Downtown LA, there's a thing called Blackout where they like take you hostage.
No.
Oh, you see the documentary about that?
No, but they take your shoes away, they cover you in water and put you in an air-conditioned room, and they're allowed to hit you with light voltages of electricity.
No thanks.
And they can lightly hit you with bats.
Who signs up for that?
People
A
sign
lot of
up
people.
for it
It's
for
sold
these
out.
They
experiences.
can lightly rub their dicks on your
Inside
skin.
your mouth.
But I mean, people sign up for these abduction experiences, and they're intense.
Yeah.
They're like, I went and saw Sleep No More in New York. Very good. Have you seen it?
No, I
Have you heard-
haven't.
Have you heard about it?
Everyone has like a different experience when they go in,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
It's like an immersive theater thing, and you just like walk around this hotel, and you're looking in drawers, and you're looking in closets, and you're going into rooms, and you get split up from your friends, and you can't find them, and it's really cool. But it's like this immersive theater thing, and how that ties into what we were just talking about, I don't know.
I think because the audience is part of the show, and in
That's
these
right.
abduction things, like people.
That's
want
right.
to
That's
be-
right. That's right. It's an immersive experience where people sign up to have themselves abducted and tortured and ransomed and all kinds of stuff, and like they don't know when it's going to happen either.
See,
So-
that freaks me
Yeah.
out.
So like they could be you pay for it, and you're walking to work, and a van pulls up, and you just get yanked into the van, and it takes off, and you're blindfolded, and that's it. And you really
It could be
What
like
was
2 months after you would sign up for it. You have
Yeah.
no idea.
Wasn't
Yeah.
there a film that just
that.
The game is
the
kind of
game?
like that.
Yeah, the game is kind of like that. Okay,
the game's
I just
like
saw
that,
it,
but this
yeah.
there's a documentary about this,
right.
which is worth. I think you.
Oh, it's
would
on
like.
It
It
I
is.
think, I think it's in my queue. Yeah, I think it's a
I think you
new-
would like it. It's about that experience, and it looks harrowing.
I love horror stuff, and I love those movies, but I can't bring myself to do like the abduction camp things. You know, I don't
Yeah.
want that.
Would you be an abductor? Like
Yes.
work for the company?
Yes,
That would be fun.
yes,
I
would
feel
do
like that's
that.
something you would sign up to do for
yes.
sure.
Do we have a phone call, Darren?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Hey, you're on Dark Matter. Who's this?
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Frank in San Diego.
How you doing, bud?
Frank.
Good. I just want to congratulate two things. Dan, first, for having an amazing World Series Boston experience.
Man, thank you. Best week of my life.
So awesome.
You know a Yankee controls the board, correct?
The Yankees don't control shit anymore, buddy. Anyway, thank you, Frank.
Yeah. And then...
They can
Todd, your
Yankee me
daughter,
wanky.
That's so stupid.
Todd, I couldn't believe your daughter was just amazing. That's her performing that. And I was wondering how that song was picked. Like, does she listen to the whole album? Does she listen to the other songs?
They know both my kids know the full all two albums. they know the whole catalog.
The whole catalog.
And yeah, she gravitated towards that a couple of years ago and started like singing it, and then her and Uncle Dave did it a couple of times, and then she's been asking for a while, but you've always been working in New
Yeah,
York.
yeah,
Every time
yeah,
there's
yeah.
been for the past couple of years, she's wanted to do it, and he happened to be here this time, and it worked out.
And then I wear these like shawl cape things. I'm going through my Orson Welles phase. You know, my later.
Fat?
No, but just he always had a cape and a hat on. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Orson Welles in his younger days was fat.
Yeah.
But in his later years, he became kind of a. I don't know. I just watched a documentary on him. He was dressed like me. I was like, okay, I'm dressed like Orson Welles. It's okay. But it was really hot on that day, and I asked his daughter. I said, Lola, I know you asked me to wear this cape, but can I take it off? It's really hot. And she thought about it, and she goes, no, because it's kind of your signature look. It was so cute. Signature look.
So you just had to sit there and sweat profusely on stage.
I mean, it's not the first time I've done it, but I was like, I asked her, and the fact that she had the phrase signature look in her.
Like sold.
Yeah, you know what I mean? In her brain was just fascinating.
Knowing you, did it ever run through your mind any kind of insecurity like, wait a minute, why does she want me to keep it on? Does she think I'm overweight?
No.
No, just asking.
No, but what did run through my mind was that I was playing for basically the Hollywood elite. I really was. Because kids aside, all their parents at this particular school run Hollywood. They run it.
Oscar winners and producers and everybody.
Yeah. So I'm looking out there. It's like it's the most star-studded audience I've ever had. Ever.
VIP show.
You know what I mean? All their kids are there, and I'm like, all right.
Were people trying to like talk to you after the show, or did you just kind of leave?
I think I just left. Yeah, I left after the performance.
It was like a usual gig. You know
We had,
what I mean?
We had an ambulance parked out front for him to run into so that he could disguise, like as the driving
go.
away, like in the 70s.
Also, like you and Lola played in the middle of 32 acts.
I know.
It was literally
So I saw like
32.
16 of them.
Yeah.
God.
I was kicking it.
And he did.
Do you remember that when that was one? There was one kid who did something. I forgot what his act was, and I was like, "That's my boy." Yes,
he
that's
took
my
credit.
boy.
You were saying that's my son.
That's my. Oh yeah, that's even better. It's my son. It's my son. People are like,
And one of the teachers, who's like one of Lola's teachers, said, "Oh, is it like thought you were
my
for real?"
God.
Yeah.
and then I did it 6 more times.
Yeah.
It's my son, everybody.
Anyone who was good.
My son. That's my son.
Even kids at that age could start to figure out, how come he didn't say that after my thing? Because he's only saying it after the kids who are talented.
Brilliant.
The best part of the show, I thought, was some young boy came out who had like a lisp, and he did a stand-up act. Mm-hmm. And his opening line was, "Much like most of you here today, I still live with my parents."
Yeah.
It was great. It was really, really great.
That's Rayland.
Was it?
Ryland. Ryland?
Mm-hmm.
Why are these
Raylan.
kids so effing
That was like
talented at
that was a
8?
genius line.
First of all, this kid's comedic timing was I mean, it was astonishing.
And he paced the stage like
And he's
George
done
Carlin.
it. He's done it before. Like he's working on honing his act.
Yeah,
He's
he's going to
good.
be a
Yeah.
comedian. That's what he
Yeah.
wants to be, I guess.
Clearly, he's going to be successful.
I hope so.
I do too. But I hope them. You know what? I wish them all success.
Yeah.
Not all of them. Some of them are little bastards.
At one point during the celebration, I leaned over to Todd and I said, statistically, 10% of this room isn't going to make it for 5 years.
But I feel like all these kids that are growing up being told that they're all special,
10%.
they are all successful.
You know what I mean? I don't know. I made up some. Statistically speaking, 10% of these kids aren't going to make it.
Yeah, but the funniest thing is that means 90 will. From that school, you're probably right.
That's what I'm thinking.
saying. Yeah.
90%. No, but I mean like survive.
Right.
Like some of them are going to hit by a car. Some of them are going to come down with
true.
something. It's really, so you got to really honor the audience and the people, because you never know.
They might get hit by a car.
You never know. Okay, so here's an interesting story.
Thank you, Frank, for the call.
Thanks, buddy.
Hey,
So-
I'm sorry. Can I ask one more thing? You guys have been doing like really amazing shows and getting really deep with like callers and the people that you have on. I was wondering if Todd, maybe do you know the lead singer of the Cro-Mags, John Joseph?
Yes, I do. He's been on the show
Would you
before.
guys ever consider having him on and like?
Yeah, he's been on.
and-
He's been on before.
He has been on?
Yeah.
Many
You
times.
missed it, bro. Way to go.
Few times.
I know.
I'm sure he'll be back at
Check
some
it
point.
out.
Yes.
Yeah.
He will be back
Okay,
at some
okay.
point.
Just think of the phrase plant-based food, and you pretty much got the picture of the show.
Him and Jess should have a show about diets. It'd be pretty solid.
Plant-based.
I'm in.
All right. Thanks, buddy.
You're good.
Okay, I will tell you this. I had a story before that question, and now I don't know what
You
it was.
didn't slip any of it out. So
Did it
I
have
don't
to
know
do
what
with
it
the
was.
stand-up comedy? Did it have to do with the kids not making
Ten-
it?
yeah,
and hit by
10%.
cars.
Yes, it did. Okay, here's a sad story. So a lot of my fans know, and you guys certainly know, I have a tattoo on my arm. I was on an airplane, and a woman was sitting next to me, and she goes, "Hi, my name is Rose." And I said, "Hi, Rose." And she goes, "I have a tattoo, but not by choice." And I go, "Well, what are you talking about?" She was looking at my tattoos, you know. She rolls up her sleeve, and she has a serial number from Auschwitz, from the concentration camp. She's like 80. You know what I mean? I was like, wow. So in honor of her, I got this rose tattoo and the words, "I have one, but not by choice." Right? So that was like a tribute to this woman. It was a really profound moment on the plane. I just found out she got shot in that synagogue.
What?
Yeah, isn't that insane?
Yeah.
God.
How, did you
In
know
that-
her full name, or you just put it together? Or how-
People knew that people knew, and her family and friends and people, and someone reached out to me and just said, "I want to let you know." And it was just, man, to survive the fucking World War II and then get shot in a synagogue in 2018 like that, I fucking broke my heart.
That is unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
We were talking about it too, and I was.
So I'm getting it covered up.
When we were talking about it, when you were telling me that too, I was like, it really sunk in that this isn't just a woman who got shot. Got shot in a synagogue from an anti-Semite.
Yeah.
Like she escaped the worst one of all time.
Yeah.
right.
And then only to end up like that. Like, that's fucking insane.
That is really crazy and sad and ironic and terrible.
I mean, I don't know. I don't want to bring the show down, but that really bummed me out. It bummed me out a lot. And I've been having a hard week, you know, just emotionally.
Including that or other things?
Oh, just other things.
Okay.
You know, it's just been a tough week. I've been very, very busy.
Mm-hmm.
I've been very, very active, and I haven't slept much. I've been out patrolling the streets, doing God knows what. And I think it's just wearing on me, and I think that I need a little rest. You know what I mean? I need another House of Cards season, which, by the way, anybody here get into that other than Todd?
No.
Okay. That's not your kind of gig.
Yeah, I watched the whole thing. I finished it today.
I finished it in 2 days.
Wait, all of House of Cards or the new season?
The new season.
Oh, okay.
So the thing about this season that's different is obviously Kevin Spacey's not there. So everybody's waiting to see, well, how's it going to play and how's the show going to be? You know, because it's Robin Wright is now the lead. She's the president.
Right.
And Kevin Spacey's out. In the first episode, I was like, it's not the same. I miss Spacey. In the second episode, I was like,
She's
I don't
good,
know.
but I still miss Spacey.
She's good,
Yeah.
but I miss Spacey. And by the third and fourth, I was like, this is the fucking best.
By the third episode, I was like,
You were
Kevin
like,
who?
forget it.
Yeah, it was great.
Does it spoil it to explain how they wrote him off? Like, how do they explain?
He
he's not there?
dies. He dies.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they don't show it or they refer to it.
And he's the president in the show?
He had just, the last season had been removed and she
became president.
She became
Interesting.
president, his wife.
Okay.
Speaking of which, presidential wives, I was just recently at this Robbie Canal art show, and Robbie Canal is an artist who used to do all those contradiction Reagan paintings that were they were wheat pasted all over town. Maybe you guys are too young for this, but like in the 80s, it was like, you know, street art stuff.
Okay.
And I bought a painting of Melania Trump that he did that is so incredible. It is aged, it is weathered, it is worn, it is cold, it is
Like Melania.
and it is gray and dead and beautiful. And I looked at it and I was like, and above it says "Me Too?" ? Right? But I was looking at the image and I was like, that's the face of the country.
Yeah.
This is what I'm looking at right here is the face of the country right now. We had a good night last night.
Yep.
Yes, it was a big step.
Big step.
And now our president can actually be kept in check a little bit, which
Little
is
bit.
fantastic. And by the way, this morning he reached out for bipartisanship to be like,
How did he go from crucifying Nancy Pelosi
obviously,
to
It's obvious how, because he lost power.
to all of a
so
sudden
now
like,
he needs help.
thinks she'd be great as speaker.
Yes.
That's
Because he's such
amazing.
tail between his legs, pussy little bitch.
Yeah, and then he fired.
Jeff
Sessions.
Jeff
Sessions.
Sessions.
Yeah.
And then he
And-
removed the guy from CNN's credentials,
Yeah,
Jim
yeah.
Acosta. Or
I'm
whatever.
okay with that. I'm okay with that. I think that's a badass move myself.
Weak.
Jim Acosta.
Weak.
But he fired the guy, and then instead of putting the deputy attorney general in, who's next in line, he just like, no, we're not using that guy. We're going to use this other guy who already hates Mueller.
And
Mueller,
has a plan
whatever.
to get rid of him already.
Yeah,
That's why he was hired.
A plan to get rid of him already.
Did you watch that press briefing today?
Unbelievable.
With the thing with between Costa?
Yeah.
And in fact, I will say this. I didn't like how Acosta was treating the woman who was grabbing the microphone. Did you notice that? How he just like yanked out of her.
He said, "Madam, please." I don't think he did anything rude, really.
he was a little rude. It's
she
her
was
jo-
rude. She was like getting all
That's her
grabby.
job. That's her job. The president says we're done. Go get the fucking microphone.
Right, but he doesn't have to give it up. I liked it.
I mean,
People need to
I enjoyed it.
People need to stand up to him more.
I enjoyed it.
You can't just silence everybody.
See, but there's all kinds of conspiracy with that already too. Is why did he even call on him when he knew what he was going to ask him? That this whole thing was like from a setup from the get go.
He calls
Yeah.
on him to belittle him.
Yeah.
Because his people love it.
One might say he accosted that girl.
shit.
But I mean,
I see
the
what you
thing
did.
is that when he's at the podium in the briefing room, it's just like I get a bowl of popcorn and I'm like, I'm ready to go. This is going to be fun. It's like a UFC thing. You know what I mean?
I guess.
It's like a pay-per-view event.
Except I do wish he'd get beat up in the end.
Yeah. But some of the reporters, I wish they'd get beat up too.
Well, how come?
Because they stand up and ask a question, it gets answered, and then they follow up and they don't sit down.
Well, he doesn't really answer, though. If he doesn't like the question, he won't answer.
Right.
He'll never answer a question that makes him look even remotely bad. So I like that they press a little
But
bit.
I think by admitting that Nancy Pelosi would be a great speaker is him admitting that he has been wrong in the past.
I don't.
You
I think
don't?
it's him being like, I don't have power anymore. Now I
Oh, he's
need
got
your
the
help.
Senate. We have the Senate.
True.
You know what I mean?
True, but doesn't the House of Representatives decide what goes to the Senate? So they can like keep all that stuff away from him now.
The
They can
house
kinda
is where all the work gets done.
Yeah, they can keep a lot of power away from him now. So now he wants to reach out and, hey
Like
guys, you
the-
know
Which
what?
is why
Like-
he
like
mixed Sessions and why he's putting the other guy in.
And that's why
Yeah,
he
exactly.
wanted.
He's terrified of the Russian thing, I think.
Of course he is.
They want to take the football away from him. I don't think that he's terrified of the Russian thing.
Why not?
I just don't. It's been 2 years.
He doesn't seem like he's that worried about anything.
That is true.
But I think that that's just how he is. Like I don't think he is worried about anything because I don't think he ever worries about anything.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
I think, and that's a sign. That's a sign of a sociopath. You know what I mean? Like, if
Exactly
you
my
don't worry
point.
or have fears
Yeah.
or empathy, that's sociopathic
Yeah,
behavior.
right. That's exactly my point.
This is him from September of this year. Just listen to how he repeats himself. It's amazing.
I'm disappointed in the Attorney General for numerous reasons, but we have an Attorney General. I'm disappointed in the Attorney General for many reasons. And
Yeah.
Yeah, he does weird shit like that.
Just like literally just repeats himself.
He's not a great speaker. We can all agree.
Yeah.
He's
There are
not-
But today he's
solutions
talking about using a softer tone.
he said that before though. Remember he said that like a year and a half ago or when it was running, I thought. It doesn't
don't
last.
remember.
It doesn't last.
I don't
Dude,
remember.
when he came into office, he was like, they bought it. They bought it. Like he was saying shit like
So,
that.
who do you think is the Dem frontrunner for 2020 or 2020? Yeah.
Funny you bring that up. That's the exact thing I said to my wife. I was like, I haven't heard, like usually by this point,
Yeah.
even if there's 10 people who are going to take a poke at it,
Yeah.
the one or two people that are the top, like this guy's going to be the one who's running. I don't know no names. I don't
I
even
think
know
I know.
names.
I think
Who
I
do you
know
think?
too.
Beto O'Rourke just barely missed winning senator of Texas. He has the same kind of like excitement that Obama had when people first heard his name. He's young, he's cool, he swears, he was in a punk band. And
Really?
and people like him. He talks like he's a normal guy and he's likable like Obama was, and he might be the guy that can do it.
I've
I'd like
actually
to see
seen-
Bernie. I would like to see Bernie take another run at
Oh
it too.
my God,
No.
so would I.
No, he's too fucking old.
Dude, it's okay.
He'll take office when he's like 94.
It's okay.
No.
Ronald Reagan had dementia and broke the Iron Curtain.
He didn't start with dementia.
That's true.
Bernie may have had it for like 6 years by now.
Plus, I
so
also
right.
believe Reagan got votes on hair alone.
Yeah.
He had good hair.
Great hair.
Good hair.
Yeah.
Can we have Michelle Obama?
He also has
I would love that.
he has a Rushmore head and face.
Does Reagan have the
Reagan.
best presidential hair ever? Because Kennedy's was a little
Kennedy,
weird.
I was gonna say Kennedy he had kind of more of a pompadour.
It was a little
like
weird.
Conan
yeah.
style.
A little weird.
I think I'll go Reagan.
Definitely not Washington.
Lincoln.
Well, those are wigs.
Yeah.
Did someone have like the curls? Like, did someone have like those?
Hasidic curls?
No, gross.
That was mutton chops you're talking about, right?
No, I'm talking about like those nobleman wigs.
Martin Van Buren.
Don't remember Marty.
Don't know what he looks like. I just
want to say the name.
I just want to say the name.
So we are.
I would say Reagan.
We are expecting, by the way, Matt Zane from Society One, but we do have a phone call, so let's check that out. Hi, who's this? You're on Dark Matter. Hello. There you go.
I just wanted to remind you guys that tomorrow is November the 8th. It's actually November 8th, the 8th here already. So
You haven't even prepared, have you?
Haven't
Dave?
prepared, but it's not too late.
Not too late for
Well,
no hate.
I just thought it was a good time to remind you. You said you had a hard week, and everything is, as you say, so divisive right now. And
Yeah.
I just figured it was a good time to sort of remind.
You got 2.5 hours to slap something together, bro.
It really is so divisive right now. That's what I think is. I don't know. I have so many theories about politicians being traumatized people to begin with that are so hungry for attention and power and to fill whatever empty space is in them. And I think that if someone runs for office, it should be mandatory that they have a weekly therapy session.
Not the worst idea. Or
It's
at least,
not
at
the
least
worst
bi-weekly or something.
Something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
Have you ever heard of the system of choosing, making government decisions by lottery? Have you ever heard of that concept? It was on NPR a little while ago.
explain.
Well, it's kind of an abstract concept to explain, but if you can probably find it on the NPR website, and it's actually very fascinating. They do it in Ireland, and basically they have a lottery every year where they choose 99 people at random from the population, and they make legislative decisions, and there's a process, and they have experts advising them and everything else. But
see, the difference is, hon, there's one cobbled road in Ireland and like 18 people. And they don't really have a huge military.
Hi, Shishai. What are we doing today for politics?
Dan actually can tell you a lot about Ireland. He is Irish.
And Lucky.
I'm a lot Irish. I'm not from Ireland.
You can also school us on some Lucky Charms.
Hi, Shishai. Top of the morning.
Some
Climb up upon me knee and let me tell thee the tale of the
Regale you with a
Blarney.
tail.
Regale you with the tale of the Blarney song.
The Irish and pirate accent are very similar.
They're very
I'm
similar.
realizing.
I think pirates were Irish.
Probably. Settle down, kiddos. Let me tell you a tale.
Fresh and clean as a whistle. That's Irish Spring.
Regale you with a tale. Okay, so you're telling me that you think the United States should have a lottery system with the nutbags we have in this population?
I'm not the best person to probably forward this idea, but I did listen to what the man had to say on NPR, and he had some statistics, and it was a very interesting concept. That's how they managed to overturn the ban on abortion in Ireland, and everybody was happy with it. And yeah, I agree with you. There's some rather extreme views in parts of the states, but they keep pointing out that it's a certain minority that is that real extreme. So yeah, and the lottery is every year too. You get random people every year, so it's a concept worth looking at. But
don't they get the lottery is every year? Mm-hmm. They don't have a whole lot of time to put, things into action.
I didn't actually call for that reason. I just wanted to remind you of the November the 8th thing, but I think it's an interesting concept.
Right, no, we're just having a conversation. I'm just saying, like, 1 year to develop policies and put in action, that's okay.
Well, I think they have a whole list of rules, and again, I'm probably not the best person to advance the idea, but it's certainly worth looking up and reading up on, and there's I could be wrong about the ins and outs of it, but it's an interesting concept. Todd, I wanted to let you know that Lola sounded amazing.
Todd, that was a compliment for you.
Thank you.
He didn't have his headphones on. She said that Lola was amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, she sounds like she's got a good voice, so I hope she works on developing it.
She better have a good voice. I smacked the hell out of her until she got it right.
Taught her well.
You get this right. Don't you embarrass me.
This is my band.
I'll tell you this much. She didn't get it from her fucking mother. I'll tell you that.
I said, look at me. Look at me.
She got it from these genes.
Don't embarrass me out there. Okay? This is fun and games for you. It's a talent show. Look, this is my career. Okay?
Yeah.
This could
Okay.
make or break my career.
This could destroy me.
Yeah. Hollywood shuns
I could
Dave
be
Navarro.
shunned from Hollywood. Blackball.
Well, it sounds like at the school she's going to that might actually be the case. But,
It is true.
Do you guys teach her guitar? Does she learn guitar at all or any instruments?
She dabbles a little bit.
Awesome.
Well, I hope. You can't force kids to do something that they're not interested in, but I had a chance to learn from a really good guitar teacher when I was about her age, and I didn't stick with it. And then I hear Orianthi come on and talk about the guys standing there with crossed arms waiting for her to prove herself, and she, silences them, and just made me regret it. So I hope she pursues the opportunity. She's got some very good musical influences around her, so.
What are you trying to say?
Well, thank you.
No, I'm just kidding. All right, thank you for the call. Our guest is here. And you mentioned Orianthi, and we have Nita Strauss here too, who's another shredder. You're gonna love her.
We'll be right
Exactly.
back.
Yeah, I heard all that dark matter radio and all that bullshit. That's bullshit.
The Great Static X, Wisconsin Death Trip, my favorite record. And we have in studio Matt Zane, singer of Society One and director and all-around great guy and artist. How you doing, man?
Oh, thank you so much for having me back. I have to admit that even though I've been on your show a couple of times, there's a 16-year-old kid in me still that when I get to come on here and sit next to you for a bit and breathe your air, it still really makes me like really kind of excited and jumpy inside and reminds me of why I do what I do. You're a big part of that. And
That makes me feel good, man.
And
Thank
I don't know if you remember, but about 4 years ago when I was on your show once.
Yes.
I told you, I don't know if you remember the story. I told you I saw you with James when I was 16, and I brought my girlfriend with me, and she had an orgasm when you walked out on stage.
Oh, nice.
And it was
So
from
did
that
Dave.
moment that changed the way that I approached music. Because before that, I was just a musician, or an aspiring musician.
Yeah.
After seeing you and her reaction,
Yeah.
then I actually wanted to become a rock star, and I realized.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's a great
Yeah.
story.
And I actually realized that you could do more than just feel music and write good music and so on and so forth. Like you introduced an element of sexuality to it that I never knew existed.
I really appreciate
You
that.
know, so-
and you know what, that guy, I just did an interview today, and where that comes from is my first exposure to music was Kiss, or it was Zeppelin and Kiss in those days, and they were really theatrical. They always got dressed up. And then I got into Lou Reed and the makeup, and there was all kinds of video aspects to that, multi-dimensional stuff. And then you get to David Bowie, which is androgynous, with depth. So when you started, when I was really young, it was Kiss, and it was just like theatrics with fun songs. And then you get to Bowie, and it's theatrics with depth. And then that's when I connected, and I was like, oh my God, you can be expand yourself in a honest, true way, amplify a part of yourself that's really there, and use that on stage in addition to your instrument. And I think I owe that to those Elton John, guys like that just went fucking crazy with the outfits. And
well, I mean, and those guys, I can see it too. But your band, well, that was like you were that thing for me. So for me to sit across from you, 35, whenever.
Yeah.
Later, it's just still a little mind blowing for me. And I appreciate you having me on. I appreciate everybody having me. So thanks again.
The only difference is that Jane's Addiction had to shop at thrift stores.
Yeah,
but we had to get secondhand stuff.
You did it so cool. You know what the part of the story I never told you was that earlier in that day, we actually went to your hotel room and stalked you guys. And you came to the window and talked to me.
No.
For real, man. Yeah.
Was this dreadlock or long hair?
Man, this was during the Ritual tour.
Okay, so dreadlock.
Yeah, so you came up to the window, second floor, and you're like, hey, is there anything cool to do around here? And I couldn't even speak because I was just so in awe of you.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
So
that's wild.
at least I can talk now when we're in the same room.
So
yeah.
you're here to talk, man, and we got some Static X information coming
Yeah,
up, and I want
absolutely.
you to tell me why you're so deeply ingrained in it and what it is, and tell everybody what's going on.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, the main reason why I'm doing the rounds of the press right now is because I'm trying to preach the word, get the word out, talk about it, let people know that it's happening, let people know the information that I can about it. Static X, the original Static X, is rejoining. And it's not even really minus Wayne, because what they did is they went and got all of his recordings that were unreleased, all the unfinished tracks on the unfinished vocals, all the unfinished music. They got the original Wisconsin Death Trip band back together, the original band that was the one that got signed, the original band that sold the most records, the 20th anniversary of Wisconsin Death Trip. They rounded it all up together. And they're going to complete Wayne's final works with his original band members and do one more Static X record called Project Regeneration.
With the existing vocals.
With the vocals, the songs that Wayne did not finish. They are finishing his songs. So it's like
That's
the original
incredible.
band being back
I
together.
remember Tara telling me she had songs and vocals that weren't released, and she was trying to figure out what to do with them.
Yeah.
And I'm really glad that something's happening with them.
Absolutely. I knew they existed as well. And she obviously asked me to do the videos because I did Wayne Static's last 3 music videos before he passed. So obviously when this happened, my involvement in this isn't really on the music side, it's on the video side, because I got the call to come in and help them manifest and augment their vision that they had to kind of bring Wayne back into the fold on a directing level and on a visual level with the band. And it's been an extremely amazing, rewarding experience as well as a challenge because he's no longer here anymore.
So is the band going to reform and play tracks of his vocals singing the songs?
There's a lot of things going on, and some I can talk about and some I can't.
I think that would be a bitchin' idea. That's all I'm saying, with like a fucking video montage on the fucking stage of some Wayne shit and play a track and play live to it.
If you guys need a production manager, he might
I'll
be the
fucking
guy.
run this thing.
I can say that I did see the stage setup last night, and there is massive LED screen walls, so I can say that.
Okay.
And they're huge, like big. They're like I think there's 8 of them.
Great.
And there's a big backdrop, so that is going to be incorporated into it. That I can admit. Tony's already admitted that in the teaser. For people that don't know what I'm talking about, they can go to static-x.org. They can look at the teaser.
Okay.
So he does admit the LED wall, so I can definitely talk about that.
All right.
Absolutely.
When is this?
So what they're doing right now is they've got a pre-order on the record right now. The teaser's out, so you can already hear a snippet of 5 songs.
Great.
You can already see. I sent you guys the teaser. I think that I don't know if you guys watched it. You can see some of the videos. And they're going to be releasing a little bit more of the tracks every month until next year when they announce the tour and they announce and they release all the music videos. I'm actually on Sunday shooting the second music video.
Awesome.
For the band. And same thing. We're getting everybody back together and it's for Wayne, we're Wayne, it's Wayne's voice. We're hearing it, and what I've done
must be so haunting.
It's weird. And the weirdest part about it, what people don't realize is when you look at the teaser, Wayne's in it. Wayne's singing the new songs. What I did was I went into my archive footage of stuff that I shot for him, and I did a process called rotoscoping. What I did is I went in and I actually outlined him for 1/24th of a second every single time I had to do it, and then I put him in the new video singing his new songs.
Oh my God.
So
awesome.
So he's actually singing with the band again, and I've managed to be able to get them reunited visually. So while Static X is taking care of the music and they're reuniting this way with Wayne, I'm reuniting them visually.
It's like when Forrest Gump met Nixon.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, this is really exciting. And Matt, you reached out to come on the show and plug the thing, plug the what's happening. And I said to you, that's so weird. I've been listening to Wisconsin Death Trip like for weeks. Like it's been heavy rotation in my house. I do a lot of stuff around the house and it's constantly on. And that's the record I go to. And it took me, and you told me that the memorial was 4 years ago. Yeah. It took me that long to be able to play it.
Yeah.
I couldn't hear it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it fucked me up because that was such a double trauma. We lost Wayne, and that was just devastating. And then Tara, who was, they were glued to the hip, she took her own life. Maybe a year later or something like that.
Yeah, it was almost a year later. I don't know if you probably all don't know, but Dave and I actually played the memorial together. We did two songs, and I performed one of the songs that I actually directed a music video for. And Tara actually ran up on stage during it at one point. So we were both there that was like a really bittersweet thing because it was for Wayne. But then at the same time, I know it was no big deal for you to play with me, but for me to play with
it was a big deal for me to play with you, and because you were my introduction to Suspension.
Yeah, not a lot of people know that anymore.
You know what I mean? So like that's we've inspired each other's lives and touched each other's lives. So I
appreciate that.
And I think Tara was there that day, wasn't she? Was she one of the girls?
The very first time I suspended on your show? Yeah, she was there.
Yeah,
she was there. Was it the Dragonfly?
Yeah. So that's how long I knew her. I mean, I knew her obviously way better, but when he passed, like she couldn't exist. I mean, they were inseparable, and God, that's a really anyway. I don't want to get sad about it, but this is an exciting celebration.
That's what this is about.
Life.
And the band really wants me to make sure that I put out there that this is about a celebration of Wayne.
Yeah.
That's what this is. This isn't anything other than that. It's about Wayne Static, his music, his legacy, what he's done, getting it out there properly. And I got to tell you something. They invited me over last night to the studio, and I got to hear the majority of the record, and it is amazing. It's like I'm blown away by what they've been able to take from Wayne and hearing him back with the original band. Because let's face it, I love Wayne and I love what he did, but Wisconsin Jet Trip was 4 guys.
It's his fucking best record. It's the best record.
And they have that magic back on a lot of these tracks. I'm telling you, I'm going to get you a copy of this.
Okay, please.
When it's because I'm telling you, got to listen to some of these tracks. It's really, really amazing.
I mean, to me, that's the best record. And can you answer a piece of Wisconsin Death Trip trivia for me, which I've always wondered?
Probably not, but
all right,
I'll try.
On what's the second song? I grabbed my shovel. Yeah, it was stupid, very stupid at the end, right? You know that late?
Yes.
What's that from?
I don't know.
God damn it!
But you know what though? I could text Tony right now.
Text Tony because I got it. I've always wondered what movie that was.
Yeah, it's easy. I could ask him. I just never.
I could have Googled it too.
Yeah,
I mean, there's definitely answers.
And I'll text him afterwards.
What's the line?
Yeah, it was very stupid.
Okay.
Dan's looking it up right now.
All right, we're gonna figure this out.
The first line is, "I got my shovel," or what did she say?
Oh, it's funny. They resampled it in the teaser, so I should know. But I.
Yeah, it's "I'm with Stupid." Phantom.
Just keep talking. I'll find it. I'll find it.
I have it right here too. This song.
That's so fucking good. Yeah, just what's the?
I'm going to see him Sunday, so I'll ask him. I'll be like, if you didn't hear the show, guys,
Well, this is going to go up on iTunes, so anybody can listen to it. This is not just live.
Oh, cool.
It goes, so you can actually direct people to the link, and we'll send it to you.
Oh, absolutely.
So
I'll give
more
it to
people can hear it.
my manager, and they'll have a field day with it.
Cool.
Sean Baruch, my new guy, he's been doing great. Hi, Sean, if you're listening.
Linnea Quigley, is it a girl?
It's a woman, yeah.
Yeah, it's from Sorority Babes in the Slime Ball Bolorama.
I would expect nothing less.
I knew it.
I would expect nothing less.
Yeah.
And now I have to see that movie.
No. Linnea Quigley, the Scream Queen, the original Scream Queen, right?
So what I would recommend is, you can download this show on SoundCloud and just chop out our bit and just, promo it if you like.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, like I said, my management will have a field day with it. They
cool.
were,
cool.
Absolutely. Totally do it. So that's basically it. I mean, that's the situation. I just really wanted to make people know that this is a legit thing. I'm totally behind it. I wouldn't be if it wasn't.
We have an interesting call here. I'm going to let you sit here while I take it because this is interesting. Hi, who's this? Did you push the button? Hi, who's this?
Hello.
Hello. All right, well, call back if you want to answer that question. I got a screened question.
There's another one. Do you want to take it?
Is it the same topic?
No, it's not.
No. Let's finish up with Matt here. So great, dude. Keep us updated and
absolutely. Thanks for having me on. You mind if I just plugged 2 quick Society One?
Anything you want.
Okay, here we go. Thank you so much. Yeah, so Society One's doing a new record right now, Black Level 6. And we've got some ending shows at the end of the year with Doyle from the Misfits.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, we're doing Temecula with him on the 8th, and then we're doing San Diego with him at Brick by Brick on the 10th. He was really, really cool. We've already done some shows with him this year, so it's going to be a great way to end the year with My Band Society 1, and then we're coming out with a new record next year, Black Level 6. But that's pretty much it. Just wanted to. And if I don't talk about John 5, he's going to kill me.
Okay, yeah, but he was here not too long ago.
I know. I heard the show. It was a great interview, by the way.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, I just worked on John 5's latest video with a guy named Brett Boggs. It's gonna, when you see this thing, your mind's gonna explode. He has a new record coming out, Invasion. I talked to him right before I came on. And he's like, oh, just mention the new record, and you're working on the video. So John, I know you're probably listening. You're on tour right now. There you go. New John 5 video in the works. Off his new record Invasion. So now I've
he's in a onesie watching a documentary right now. That's all he does.
Yeah, no, but he liked the post right before I came on, so I think he's probably listening.
Okay, very cool. So. John, we miss you. We love you. And man, Matt, thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me so much.
We got to have Nita Strauss in. We're going to play, so we're going to take a break. Todd, do you want to take us out? And that was Matt Zane. And keep your eye on static-x.org. For upcoming information. Oh, we got the call back. Okay, here we go. Hi, who's this?
Yeah, this is Phil. I'm from Jackson, Mississippi there. Who you got that name-dropping clown on there? I know you're talking about our president. I'm here with my mother here.
Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. You call up here yelling at me like this, we're not going to have a dialogue. And guess what, my man? Guess what, my man? You're the problem with this country. You are the problem. Pull it down because I don't want to hear him. And I will explain this, and if he hangs up, he hangs up. That's the problem with this country. I disagree with him. I'm allowed to disagree with you. This is America. This is freedom. This is democracy. We have a difference of opinion. And the people that spit hate and vile and venom like that bullshit is intolerable. I'm not going to listen to it. And I'm allowed. And by the way, I did have the president's back on a few points.
Yeah.
If you were there. If you were fucking listening. So don't call my show and tell me what the fuck I'm saying is wrong. Because I'm sharing my own opinion, okay? Empathy, compassion, love, respect. That's it. That's how we get through this, man. You want to call people yelling? That's going to be all on you, and you have to carry it. But I'm not going to sit here and listen to it. Thank you, Darren.
I love it.
That's it. He's out. Fuck him.
Good job.
Yeah, there you go.
And we'll be right back. That's you said, Darren.
That was...
Hey, everyone. Corey Taylor here, and you are listening to Dark Matter Radio.
All right, that was Nita Strauss right there off the new record, and that sounded pretty fucking good to me.
Our most desperate hour, Controlled
So we've been having a lot of shredders in here. We had John 5, we had Steve I, we had Eric Gales,
no Hendrix.
No Hendrix.
Couldn't make it. Kept canceling.
But we did reach him via Ouija board.
That's right.
So that was I count that as an appearance.
Counts.
And now we have Nita Strauss, and it's good to see you. Oriante's been here.
How you doing? Thank you so much for having me on, and especially after that laundry list of my heroes that you just said. I'm really, really glad to be here.
I mean, you're an incredible guitar player.
Thank you.
Who are your favorites? Like who were your favorites growing up, and when you were learning, and then now?
Well, Vi is my guy. Like
Vi's
Vi is
the
my
dude.
hero.
Yes.
Like that's, when you just said, we just have Vi on, now we have Nita on, like that gave me chills because, it's a rarefied air, doing stuff that Vi does. And I started playing guitar after I saw Crossroads.
I can't believe you said that. I can't believe you said that because when Vi was here, I gave him an award.
An actual physical award.
A physical award that was engraved.
Really?
That said to Steve Vai, the real winner of the duel.
That's
because
amazing.
I believe he wins.
He wins.
Yeah.
Showmanship counts. He fucking crushed Ralph Macchio. Are you
If
kidding
showmanship
me?
didn't count, none of us would
Classical,
be here.
classical bullshit he pulled out of his back pocket to try and
Talk
save
about
himself.
that in your fucking Telecaster. Get out of here.
Is it true though? I don't know if this is a rumor or if this is true, but did Vi not play that classical bit in real life? Was that not him actually doing it?
I heard that he said he mentioned that all the parts were him, and then he mentioned some other part wasn't him.
Then that's the part.
That's the part. But I will tell you an interesting story about Crossroads.
All right.
Because I got into this with Vi. That's all. I go, let me warn you, first of all, that's all I want to talk about.
Yeah.
Apart from the fact that you're like the most talented guitar player ever, probably the nicest guy and most interesting guy ever.
Totally.
And probably the most handsome. Like
That's a trifecta.
And most stylish.
And stylish.
Super stylish. Was he dressed cool when he came in here?
Always.
Yeah.
You kidding me?
If you
He's
consider
got a picture.
nude cool.
I'm excited.
He floated. He floated in. Okay,
Yeah.
let's put it that way.
Floated in a rad outfit.
Okay, so here's the
colorful
thing. They were shooting, and I want to get into you, but I'll just tell you this.
No, I
Vi
want to
thing 'cause
hear
you
the
love
Vi
it.
story. We got time.
Anyway, we do have time. So Steve Vai did the Crossroads scene, and obviously at the end of the scene, Ralph Macchio is supposed to beat him,
Right.
And he crumbles and you know
And
kind
misses
of-
that easy note that
Yeah.
Steve Vai would never miss.
Right. Okay, so check this out. So they got the movie. It was in the can. They went to the editing. They edited the whole movie. They put the whole movie together. They watched it, and everybody's reaction was, he doesn't lose bad enough.
What?
Steve Vai, right?
Right,
They're like,
right.
he doesn't lose bad enough. So they had to rebuild the set, get in touch with every extra, get in touch with Ralph, and they had to reshoot that scene because he's so good
Right.
that he can't even pretend to be bad.
Yeah, he
Can't
doesn't have
lose
the
convincingly.
They had to you know how
doesn't
much
have the
that cost?
capacity to suck. He can't suck.
Yeah.
But do you have any idea how much that production wise for a day? That was 3 days.
Now
that-
I got to
that
go
whole
back
thing.
and watch it with that in mind and see if I can spot some inconsistencies. So I love catching
Yeah,
inconsistencies
I
in
don't-
movies.
He's consistently shredded and handsome. I can say that.
Yeah, consistently awesome.
But he's also just like the archetypical, like when you hear rock star, like when that first David Lee Roth record came out
Oh my God.
and you saw Steve Vai, you were like, Eddie who?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I always reference Yankee Rose when I'm talking
Oh
about
my God, I
Vai.
played it with him.
Did you really?
Yeah, and Billy
okay.
Sheehan.
I got to go back and listen to this episode. I'm clearly
No,
missing
not on the
out.
show.
Okay.
I have a cover band that Dan and I work together, and
Right.
we have different guest. And you should definitely join us if
I
you're
would
in
love
town.
that. Oh, hell yeah.
And Steve came up, Steve and Billy Sheehan, and
That's
so we
absurd.
did Shy Boy
Okay.
and Yankee Rose,
Oh my
and
God.
like standing up there and watching those two fuckers go back and forth, I was like, are we doing the same job? Is this the same? Are we playing the same instruments?
You
here?
guys are weirdly are in the same field.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Are we in the same field? Because I'll never be good at anything as good as he is at that.
I think we all feel like that, though.
Yeah.
We all feel. 'cause
But in my
I-
case, it's particularly
He's
true.
the Scorsese of guitar. Everyone knows it.
I played with Steve at the Jamathon,
Yeah.
which I know you also were part of, and I felt I had that same exact feeling when I was there. You know, I was warming up, getting ready to go on. Steve Morse was back there warming up, getting ready to go on after me. And Vi and his band were already on stage, and I was like, I had this moment of like, what am I even doing here?
Yeah.
Like, whose number did they think they called when they called me? But it was amazing.
So let me ask you, at what point in your career did you stop, or has it stopped, where you stopped getting starstruck by these people that you grew up with and now you're playing with?
Oh, it has not stopped yet. Josh will tell you, he makes fun of me every time we see Steve Vai because I get like I'm pretty outgoing generally, but every time we're around Vi, I just can never think of anything interesting to say. And we put out a YouTube series around the release of my record called Road to Chaos, just
Yeah,
talking
we
about
saw
the
it.
journey,
Yeah.
you know. And there's this super awkward moment of Vi and me, which I almost had them edit out, but I was like, it's just like it's life. I left it in, but he said we were on the stage and there's Steve's pedal set up, and he was showing me that Moog synth, that floor synth that he has.
Yeah.
I know what it is. I'm a geek. But I was like, oh, really? Oh, I had no idea you were triggering that with your foot. I thought that was a sample. I know what it is. But it's just like this weird moment of like, I don't know what to say. So
That whole jam thing was awesome, fun, incredible. It was like 3 days of nonstop jamming, but it was so, like, I don't know what your experience was. Mine was not good
why?
because they kind of shuffled me on stage, plugged me into some amp where I don't know where it is.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
You know where the
Into
amp is,
some-
where the monitor is, where
into
the gain
some pedal
is.
board, which I don't know what chain it is, what it's doing. And then at one point, Steve can't hear me, right? So he goes over to the EVH amp that I'm in, and you don't touch another guy's knob. You don't touch another guy's volume knob.
I'm
he
having
went
a panic
over
attack
and
during
went
this story.
wham. So now it's slam it in my face here and in the monitor.
And
That's all
Steve
I
is
can
hearing
hear
it nice and loud.
Yeah.
Everybody else is hearing it nice and loud.
Basically, he's a selfish prick.
No. I think he felt like he was doing me a solid. Like, turn up, bro.
He can do whatever he wants.
And he did.
Yeah.
And in those moments, you have to say, "Vi ask Vi."
Yeah.
I have an idea for you. After tonight,
okay,
let's abduct him.
Yes, I'm in.
Steal his secrets.
And just keep him in the basement, feed him, and just take him away from the world and just enjoy him unto ourselves.
Make him do little things for us. Yeah.
Slide a tray of food under the door. I like this.
So Nita, you also play with Alice Cooper.
That's right.
I mean, how do you get these gigs? What is the? Tell me how this all evolved and where you got to where you are.
So everything, it's so funny that how things come full circle, because we got here to the studio and there's Harlan Hendrickson sitting outside. Harlan is the person that first put me in touch with the LA Kiss arena football team. And I used to play the national anthem at the football
cool.
team games. And that, for me as a lifelong sports fan, playing the national anthem was a blast. And when the
it was a
came up,
fucking nightmare, wasn't it though?
Oh, it was great. I loved it. My experience was really I kind of cruised in. I played the national anthem, and then I got to hang out and.
But here's what I'm saying. Did it occur to you, if you miss a single note of the national anthem, it's over?
I love playing that song. I know. Trust me.
I mean?
The pressure is.
You're doing it Saturday, dude.
I know. I'm doing it Saturday on the pier for the veterans.
How cool.
The Heroes Project. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I say it? Is it
Say
official? I'm playing. It's not the national anthem, but I'm playing America the Beautiful this weekend as well.
Where at?
Which I have never played America the Beautiful before, so that's super exciting that I get to do that. Because the national anthem, I mean, I love that song. I could play that song, but I've played it 1,000 times.
Yeah.
America the Beautiful, I've actually never even seen someone do it on the guitar.
I don't think I have either.
Kind of cool.
Is that for a sporting event?
Yeah, it'll actually be at the Rams game.
That was my guess.
Are they doing this so nobody kneels? Is that the fucking point?
I hope not. I hope they do the anthem as well as America the Beautiful and the salute to service.
Yeah.
I hope they do both.
I do too.
They will. They're not
I
But they just change it every time.
I know, right?
Some other song.
You guys don't know when to kneel.
Now we're doing Happy Birthday.
So your trajectory as a guitar player, and then to end up in Alice Cooper, and obviously you were from the Iron Maidens, who everybody that listens to us knows about.
Yeah.
So how did that all evolve? Were you spotted in Iron Maidens and as a standout player, and then it just kind of evolved, or what's the story?
Yeah, so check this out. I was playing the national anthem at the Kiss games. I was playing with the Maidens. I'm from LA, born and raised. I had club bands. I've been touring my whole life. I've been touring since 15. I'm 31 now. So
Have we ever met before?
I think in passing, briefly,
Okay.
just super briefly, a quick hello here and there. But I've been doing this my whole life and just taking each little step. And I was on the Monsters of Rock cruise, which Harlan also puts together, playing with a band called Femme Fatale. And in the audience was Kip Winger. And
no way.
Yeah, was Kip.
What a sweet guy, by the way.
Yeah, totally. And a lot of people, everybody knows about Winger. Most people don't know that Kip played with Alice in the Alice Shred glory days. Kip and Rhett both. And so he saw us play
unbelievable. Oh
insane.
My God.
The craziest. Every time I see that guy play guitar, I'm like, I don't even know why I try to do this.
Yeah.
But Kip saw me play on one of those tiny little shows, playing in a tiny little basement club on a cruise ship in front of 150 drunk people. And it just kind of goes to show you got to put on the show of your life every single time, because you never know what is going to lead to, what could come of that. So a few months later, Kip heard through the grapevine that Alice was looking for somebody to replace Orianthi, who I know you guys also just had on.
Yeah.
And he called me up. He said, "Do you have any videos that I could send them to see you play?" And I was like, "Well, I know they're not going to want to see the Maiden stuff. I don't know if they're not going to want to hear any of my metal bands that I've been in the past." So what do I send them? I send them the national anthem from the Kiss games.
You're kidding.
That was my audition. That was the first thing I sent to Shep Gordon and Bob Ezrin and Alice Cooper to hear me play was the national anthem. And
oh my God.
I mean, it's not really fighting fair on my part, because how are you going to turn down America?
Right.
Smart move.
Right, but if Roseanne sent her version of, I don't know if she'd be
true.
playing with Alice Cooper.
Maybe you shouldn't compare her version to Roseanne's.
I'm just saying it had to have been a good version.
There's
you
only
know?
one way to go, but up from there.
Yeah. So, and that's how you got the gig?
That was the thing. I mean, and aside from it being like a shameless, how are you going to turn down the USA? It was also, I thought it was cool because it showed that I could hold my own in front of a large crowd.
That's a
I
good
could
part.
was
That's a very
comfortable
smart-
standing there by myself in front of 10,000 people and playing guitar, which is a skill that you need in that band.
Yeah.
So the next thing I knew, I had a meeting with Shep Gordon, who has, of course, been managing Alice for 50 years now, I think, and Bob Ezrin. And
I know Bob really well. He
Yeah.
produced one of my records, and I fucking love that guy.
so talented. So I always say how lucky I am to have had the opportunity to be critiqued by Bob Ezrin.
And he is not shy of critiquing.
No, certainly not.
He's certainly not shy.
But you can go, man, Bob Ezrin, gave me all these notes and be bummed out about it. And you go, man, how lucky we are to get feedback from the greatest, one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
So that's how I look at my Bob Ezrin experience, how blessed we are to have this opportunity to take critique from Bob.
Well, I mean, the critique is offered and you can take it or you can leave it. And I have found that I've expanded as a player through playing with just such a multitude of artists, and like having to sync in with another drummer out of nowhere or sync in with another bass player or just like, get guys on stage that are better than me and like kind of keep up. And like, that's how you grow and evolve. It's just through the doing and through the action.
Definitely.
But so tell me about that first Alice Cooper show. I mean, you were comfortable, 10,000 people playing the anthem. Now this is your first night with Alice.
Yeah. So we started
Were
right
you
on.
just as comfortable?
Well, it's something new.
Yeah.
Playing Alice Cooper songs, it's a big responsibility.
And they're not easy.
They're not easy. You want to play it like the record, or as close to the record as possible, just out of respect to the guys, to the original band and to the people that recorded it. Even the 80s stuff, I tried to play it pretty close. The Vi solo and Feed My Frankenstein, I get to do that every night,
That's
which
nice.
is really cool. Playing my hero's solo with my other hero.
Yeah.
But just, the real pressure with Alice is just to keep up with him on stage because, man, he's 70 this year. And like I said, I'm 31. I'm like less than half his age. And still, we all are working hard to keep up with him on stage every night.
But did he get rid of the dancing marionettes in the tights?
No, that's his wife.
No, I'm talking about in the Welcome to My Nightmare original tour.
Oh. Well, actually,
do you remember that original tour?
No,
Have you ever seen
Cheryl
it?
Cooper, the ballerina
Yes.
in Welcome to My Nightmare, is still his wife today.
That's fantastic.
They've been married 42 years, and they met when she was the ballerina in Welcome to My Nightmare.
But
and
does
she's
she
still
still-
the ballerina in our show now.
Oh my God, he's
Yeah.
still doing it.
No, he's still doing it, and she's still doing it. And man, like when I tell you, she does a full ballet in
Yeah.
Only Women Bleed. She gets her legs straight up in arabesque over her head, and you would never think that that's a woman who could have been old enough to be married 42 years.
Yeah, no kidding.
She's incredible.
Can you give me a little Welcome to My Nightmare right now?
Oh my gosh, I wish I could even remember how to play that song. I haven't played that one in a while.
Down, 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 down. Or a little Cold Ethel or Black Widow, like any of
all
those.
of them.
All those. That record's my record.
Yeah, they're so good. It's, Welcome to My Nightmares is one of those albums that transcends time.
Yeah.
Like the songs and the subject matter and everything they do on that record just stands the test of time.
Now, are those musicians on that record the same musicians that did Lou Reed's Rock and Roll Animal?
I don't know.
I think they might be. The
There's so
session,
much.
the players.
There's so much Alice trivia out there, and every time I hear a new piece of this trivia, I'm like, really? Because there's so much, Alice is like, he's had the career that no one else could even come close to.
No.
Even a little bit.
Well, the funny thing is, like, when I was 10 years old, he looked 70 then. You know what I mean? So, like, he literally hasn't changed a day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking awesome. And I believe, and I have a theory, and you can correct me about this or not. I don't know if they told you this is somewhat of a comedy show, but I feel like he applied that eye makeup once.
And just stayed on.
That's it.
Yeah. I've seen him in the morning when he gets up early for golf. It does look like that.
And that's it. All right, let's go.
Why not?
Golfing, touring, eye makeup.
Works. It works.
He does golf every single day.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. And when I say every day, a lot of people think that I mean like he golfs often.
Yeah.
But he golfs every single day, every day of the week except Sundays when he goes to church. In the
He's one of those guys that people that don't listen to him very much know that he loves golfing.
Yeah.
Like, he's known in the world as a golfer.
He's
I
a
know
golf
that
guy.
too.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that for me, I can't imagine being out in the sun for hours before a show.
Yeah, he,
You know what I mean?
I think that I'm active because I go to the gym before, the morning,
Yeah.
going before shows. But he golfs, 4 hours. He golfs 18 holes.
That's
know?
insane.
That's why your skin looks very different.
Yeah. I only work out on days off on the gym because I feel like the show is cardio.
It is. It totally is. I call it my second cardio, and I actually take it as such serious cardio that like I'll take like a BCAA. I'll put my sweet sweat on. Like I will totally do my whole pre-cardio routine before shows.
Yeah.
And I wear a step tracker on stage. I wear a Misfit Command, so it just looks like a watch. But I generally do get pretty close to 10,000 steps.
Wait, are
during our show.
you tracking your steps
I'm
while
tracking
you're
my
rocking?
steps on stage. Yeah,
So
that's
awesome.
if that's not the most millennial thing that you've ever heard.
That's why when
Well, I got you beat because if I've gone overboard at catering, I'm gonna be much more active on stage trying to
Doing
burn it off.
Full wind sprints back and forth on stage.
why does Dave keep running across the stage to that play to that side and out of that side?
like,
and out of
No,
that
it's
side?
true. I actually do that.
Yeah. I'm burning off catering, and I'm thinking about which movie on the bus is the one for tonight.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
And that movie is always All the President's Men.
I
Is
know.
it
I'm,
always?
I'm sorry.
Pretty much.
It bums him out.
I have never seen that movie.
I can watch it.
It's a lot of talking and not any action or explosions or it's political. It's treason, basically.
That's true.
Yeah. Anyway, so what are you up to now? You got this new record.
Yeah, so my record Controlled Chaos is coming out next week, which
Awesome.
I am insanely excited about because I've been touring for 16 years, but I've never done anything myself. I've always been someone's guitar player. I've had original bands. I've written my own music. I've done my own tours, but it's always been the band. It's never just been me.
Yeah.
So to go out and, I see the tickets starting to pop up on social media. People are tagging me in the photos, and that's my name.
That's
It's
exciting.
not Alice Cooper.
Awesome.
It's not,
Yeah.
Maiden songs. It's not someone else's music. Like, this is the songs that I wrote. So it's
Are
really,
you,
really exciting.
is there any vocals on the album?
None at all.
None.
I don't sing. I'm not a good
Yeah.
singer. I don't like to. There are so many great singers. I just don't really like to.
You know what's funny is that I did a solo record that I sang and toured. And in the studio, I was okay with it because you can do it as many times as you want or
Sure.
whatever and make it perfect. But out on tour, I realized I hate this.
Yeah.
I was singing and I'm like, I hate this.
It's the worst.
It's like shows used to be escape for me. Now I'm just in my head the
work.
whole time.
Right.
And you got the ears thing in and the guitar and it's just the cymbals are coming right at your ears into your vocal mic.
Right.
I was like, I want an extroverted, awesome guy
Yeah.
jumping around and singing and doing all his stuff and let me just do my thing.
That's exactly how I feel.
You can't tuck into the shadows when you're up front and center. You have to dip in and out of the lights.
I
sometimes.
love to dip out. I love to dip out. I'll walk straight off stage and talk to people.
Would you?
Oh yeah.
Often.
See, that's what you can do when you have your own band.
Yeah.
I do that in the Alice Cooper band.
Well, it probably looks unprofessional, but I think
But you're running the show.
but I tell myself it looks mysterious.
Right.
Nah, it looks unprofessional.
Does it look as unprofessional as checking your watch to see how many steps you've taken? Because I've caught myself doing that.
No, wait. This guy, he goes and checks his phone, and you don't even do it like he doesn't even do it like down here. He'll hold it up like, and then
And?
okay.
I'll be texting people in the audience.
Yeah.
What are you doing after this? And they're like,
yeah.
"Are you really texting me?" I'm like, "Yeah, I am."
My favorite.
How are you texting right now? That's the one I get.
I'm Dave's guitar tech, so often he'll look at me and you can see him mouth, "This fucking sucks." And people in the crowd look at each other like, why is he even here?
Did I one time tell you that I hated you?
Yeah.
What was that about?
Because there's one, once every 9 weeks, you get a guitar that's out of tune a little bit. And I think you told me you hated me. And I was like, I hate you too.
It's an easy blame game.
I hated him at that moment.
He said,
Yeah.
"I hate you too."
Yeah.
That's why I gave you the attitude.
Right. You deserve this. You make maybe a clam a night. Maybe. I make a mistake once every 2 months. Give me a break.
Yeah, exactly. So what's
that's
one more?
one too many.
That's one too
Thank
more.
you.
That's coming from
the
you.
guitar player. Fuck you both.
I love my tech, Brian, but I hate our other tech who's on the other side of the stage that takes care of Ryan and Chuck.
Why do you hate them?
Because their guitars are out of tune all the time. And it makes me think that my guitar is out of tune.
Yeah.
And Ryan's got this 12 string, this double neck
God,
12 string
no.
Gibson, and every time we play
That'll
Only
never
Women
stay in
Bleed,
tune.
it's just like it's like an old hurdy-gurdy carnival.
Those aren't.
And
It's
like,
not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
If you can't tune a 12 string, don't play a 12 string.
So where can we get your record and what's it called and where is it released and all of that information? Tell us.
Controlled Chaos is coming out next week, the next Friday, November 16th on Sumerian Records, which I'm beyond excited to be a part of the Sumerian Records family. All my gym playlist artists are Sumerian artists, so it's so cool to have my name up there with them. The pre-orders are up on my website, nitastrauss.com, and we'll be touring the record starting on November 19th. It's myself, Angel Vivaldi, and Jackie Vincent for a Super Shred Fest going on through December.
That's great.
Super exciting.
Are you gonna be doing LA?
Yes, December 9th.
Are you gonna invite me?
Are you going to
Yeah.
come up and jam with me?
Hell yeah.
All right. We
I'll
said it
jam
on the
anywhere.
air.
I think that you should jam tonight, even.
Tonight, you say?
Well, you were in the Iron Maidens.
I do know some Iron Maiden.
I
Do you
bet
know any
you
Iron
do.
Maiden?
Let me tell you something. I was diehard. I bought the first Iron Maiden album with Paul Di'Anno in the store as a kid.
Yeah, so did I. Mm-hmm.
I went to the store and purchased it.
There you go.
Since then, I've been diehard.
Now, two things. One,
Yeah.
you just got a little.
I just got to sign Derek Riggs' fucking Eddie.
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, from him. He gave it to me as a gift.
Well
you know,
done.
the Maidens have their Eddie, which is Edwina, who was actually designed by Derek Riggs.
No.
Derek Riggs did their
I've seen it because I've seen
mascot.
them play. I've seen the Maidens play.
And I actually, he signed a limited number of the posters, and I have a Derek Riggs
Oh,
signed
that's pretty
poster
cool.
too. But it's not quite as cool as having an actual Maiden one. But
It's actually cooler because it's yours. You know what I mean? He did it for you.
True.
yeah, exactly.
This is just something that he printed out 500 of them and signed it to me, and whatever.
Well, technically, I guess he printed out 500 of them, and I got like one of the first.
Yeah,
ones.
but
I'll take it.
I hung with him, and he signed it to you.
That's
so
right.
it's not like
That's
just
We're
right.
gonna get him in
Yeah.
here.
Get him in here.
We're gonna
Ask
get him
him
in
if he
there.
remembers this particular poster. Do you remember signing this? He said it was special.
Now, also,
No, we seriously want to have him in as a
amazing.
guest. Yeah.
yeah, I'm making that.
Yeah, cool.
Also, you have a great Iron Maiden story that I think you should impart because it's such a great story,
I have
no
a
matter
few
what.
Iron Maiden
But
stories.
I wanna
you know
hear
the
the Iron
one
Maiden
I'm talking about, though, right?
Well, there's a couple. So Twiggy from Manson and I, old friends, always hanging out, big partiers together.
Right.
So when they were shooting the video for Wicker Man, we were invited to go hang out with Iron Maiden during Wicker Man. Whatever, they're out there doing their thing. And so really it turns into me and Twiggy hanging out in their trailer
Right.
while they're out there shooting their thing in the freezing cold all night long.
Right.
So we start, we're me and Twiggy. We're fucked up. We're young. We're in Iron Maiden's fucking trailer. So we start going through their shit. You know what I mean?
Because what else are you gonna do?
Let's see what they got. Let's see what they got. What's in here? What's in there? And then I found Dave Murray wristbands.
I have one too.
Okay. You know what I'm talking about,
Yes,
right?
I know exactly
It says
what you're
Dave
talking
Murray
about.
on it.
Yeah.
I was like, bro.
The white with the dark
Yes.
red. Yep.
So I go, bro, I gotta take this. And he's like, don't do it. And I'm like, dude, I'm gonna ask if it's okay if we can be honorary members of this band. So Bruce walks in,
Right.
and he's not happy. He's just kind of grumpy, and it's like 3 a.m, and there's like a big fire outside. He wants to go home.
Right.
And I go, Bruce, Twiggy and I would like to ask you a favor. And he's like, what's that? And I go, we would like to be considered honorary members of Iron Maiden from this day forward.
Till
And
the
he's
end
like,
of time.
yeah, sure. He's like, you blew it off, right? And so me and Twiggy are like, we're in we're in. And then we ended up doing a song, actually a band of all Iron Maiden songs, half speed. So instead
Very
of
sludgy Iron Maiden.
it's just so dirgy and and we
all
called
Sabbathy.
We called ourselves a Plastic Bachelor. So anyway, so
why Plastic Bachelor?
Iron Maiden.
Play on Iron Maiden.
It's an opposite. It's opposite structure. It's a iron is the hardest thing. Plastic is breakable.
All right.
A maiden is a female. A bachelor is a single
guy.
man.
Okay.
Plastic Bachelor.
That really took me a second.
Yeah, it didn't take us long because we were fucked up. So anyway, I take the wristband, and a couple days later, we're at the whiskey bar, and Iron Maiden's in town, and they're down in the whiskey bar. And I see Dave, and I go, "Hey, man, how you doing? Nice to see you." And he puts out his hand. I go, "Hey, how you doing?" And I'm wearing his wristband. He looks down at it, and I go, "I'm sorry, bro. I couldn't resist. Is it cool?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's cool." But it was a big laugh. I got busted. So, and then at the same time in my life, I was doing a book I had a photo booth in my house that takes strips of 4 pictures. And I wanted to document everybody I knew. Everybody came through the house. Everybody came through town when I made a book, and it came out. So I call a manager, and I go, "Look." And like Twiggy bought me a Dave Murray Strat. Like we were fucking,
You guys were in Iron Maiden. You have to have the
we
matching
were
guitar.
like weird about it though.
Right.
Like I performed all of Killers for Twiggy. Twiggy's sitting on my couch, and I standing with a strap performed all of Killers beginning to end.
And he loved it.
Drugs.
Yeah. It was drugs. There's a lot of drugs
You'd expect
happening there.
nothing less from a full-blown member of Iron Maiden.
Yeah, full-blown member. So he lets me keep the thing, and then I call manager. I go, "Listen, Dave has got to be in this book. I'm putting this book together. It's 4 strips. It'll take him 2 seconds. You guys are at the Sunset Marquee. I live 5 minutes from there." He's like, "Well, mate, we're flying off to England tomorrow morning. We got to catch a plane." I'm like, "What time is your flight?" They're like, "My flight's at 10. I'm like, "Okay, I will send you a limo at 6 with instructions to pick up, bring to my house, take a picture, drop off. He'll make his plane. Let me talk to Dave, blah, 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 blah." Okay, he'll do it. And me and Twiggy are stoked.
Amazing.
We're like,
Over the
"Oh my
moon."
God.
Yeah.
Dave Murray's going to come over here any minute. He's going to be here in a couple of hours. Let's do all this ketamine." Okay. So we do tons of ketamine, waiting for Dave Murray. And I forget which one of us opened our eyes around 4 p.m. that night and said, "What time is it?"
Oh, no.
And he came and left. And poor Dave came knocking on my
Got
door.
up at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Fucking bad.
Dave, I've got to catch this plane.
I stole from him and put him out and blew him off. I blew him off. Like, what is wrong with me? So the
I'm hearing about a picture or something.
So the moral of the story is drugs are bad.
But did you get him in the book?
No,
Never.
I slept through it.
Never, but it never. There's no redo.
You can't redo it. They live in England.
You missed an opportunity because you should have put a blank page or just a blank strip of the Dave Murray
Here
page.
lies
I really should have.
possibility
Wrote that
of Dave
out.
Murray.
I mean, we were so mortified. And like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so, blah, 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 blah." But that was like,
Did he care?
no, he was fucking cool.
He's the
cool as
coolest.
fuck. Yeah, he didn't care.
No, he's
But
the coolest.
But I mean, can you imagine how bad you feel? You steal from the guy. You join his band. You force your way into his band.
Right. No, you asked.
Steal
Yeah,
from
well,
him.
story you
Get,
asked.
steal
I
from
Put him
him.
on the spot is what he did. You put him on the
I put him on the
spot.
spot. And what's he
He
going to say?
made it
No.
awkward.
Steal from him.
Yeah, I made it awkward. I'm also in Slipknot, and I'm also
Right.
in Ministry, by the way.
You stole from him and got busted.
I got
stealing from
busted!
him. It's not just the bad enough that you stole from him, but you got busted.
That's like when your sibling walks in, like wearing your clothes or something.
Yeah.
You're like, "Hey,
Yeah. Yeah, but your sibling isn't Dave Murray.
no,
So,
not so much."
So so obviously we have this mutual love of Iron Maiden,
Plastic Bachelors.
Plastic Bachelor.
Yes.
I mean, that's,
You got to get the band back together.
oh my God.
I haven't played the Maiden stuff in a while, so Half Speed would be about
He's
the
available.
speed.
Yeah. Twiggy's looking for a gig at the moment. So.
I will do it. I'll do Plastic Bachelor with Twiggy any day.
I'll come up and be Plastic Bachelorette.
But we should tune down to C.
Super
Queens of the
sludge.
Stone Age style.
C. You know what I mean? Buddy Guy.
Yeah.
C. But I noticed that you brought your beautiful signature Ibanez guitar.
I did bring it.
I love
Isn't
it.
she pretty?
I really love it. It's thinner than the other ones, huh?
It's thin. It's mahogany, so it still has a lot of resonance. It's only 6.5 pounds, but the thing sings for days. I'm actually the first female ever to have an Ibanez signature guitar.
Is that right?
Yes. So, thank you.
And the funny thing is, the early days of Jane's Addiction were all Ibanez.
Was it really?
Yeah, all Ibanez.
I never knew that.
Yeah, and then I started off Les Paul, and then I was like, "This is fucking heavy."
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck how good this sounds.
It'll
I could
kill
give me,
your shoulder.
Yeah, give me something else. You know, looks cool and classic and edgy and whatever, but I want to fucking have fun. You know what I mean? So then I got into Ibanez, and then the first Lollapalooza in 1991, I got so drunk, and me and Perry got into a fist fight. So I took all my Ibanez guitars and I threw them into the audience, one by one. I just took them out of the rack.
Wow.
Drugs
And-
again.
Yeah, and I look at him. I go, "Now what are you gonna do?
What?
Now what? We can't play. Show's over. Well done, pal." It
You
was.
told him.
Yeah, well, I went.
You showed it.
But you kept the Dave Murray wristband.
But I just got back in the ride back to the hotel, and that was that. That was the show.
And you went to, and then someone got you a PRS, and you've been with PRS ever since.
Yeah, and then
right?
so the guitar player of Rollins gave me a PRS, and then I've been with them ever since.
Wow. Have any of those Ibanez's ever popped up on like eBay or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, you knew about that, right?
Yeah. The Nothing Shocking one popped up at one point, didn't it? With the art,
did?
the album art, I think.
I would really like to have that.
And then your gold
My
Telly,
gold top
that was an
Telly.
Ibanez.
Yeah.
And that just made its way back to you last year.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah, it found me back.
I love when that happens.
Tell the Buddy Guy story.
What's the Buddy Guy story?
The guy with his guitar. When the guy gave Buddy Guy.
Yeah. So apparently, Buddy Guy, someone stole a guitar from him like 40, 50 years ago. One of his favorite guitars. And there's a guy who was like a super fan who had finally tracked it down and given it back to him. The exact guitar like 50 years later or something.
That's amazing.
And they like became fast friends and are apparently friends to this day still.
See, I think there's certain things that are just meant to find their way
Yeah.
back to you. When I was a kid growing up, my best friend played guitar, and my first guitar was a Squier. It was just a little black and white Squier, like everybody's first guitar. My best friend's first guitar was a cherry red Ibanez RG that was signed by Steve Vai.
Oh my God.
And and I would go, and in my head, it was the Crossroads guitar.
It is.
Obviously, I know now that it was not, but it wasn't even an Ibanez, I think, that he was playing. But back then, in my head, I was like, it could very well be. You don't know, as a kid.
Yeah.
And I would go over to her house, and after she'd fall asleep, I would just play that guitar and play it and play it and play it and play it. And I literally just bought that exact guitar last year. Like, it found its way back into my life.
The one from when you were a kid?
Yeah, I reconnected with the girl who I was best friends with in middle school, and I said, hey, by the way, you don't still have that guitar, do you? She's, my uncle has it, I was like, look, if you would ever consider selling it, I would love to buy it because that guitar was such an important part of my history.
Yeah, for sure.
And the uncle said, yeah, just, give me something else to play instead of that, and you can have it. So I went, I went to Ibanez, I picked up, a nice other RG and traded it for that
cool.
guitar. So I actually, sometimes these things just find their way back into your life.
Yeah, I hope that's not true about bodies.
No.
You know what I mean?
You don't want those coming back.
You don't want those coming back. You drive all the way to Angeles Crest, you dig a hole deep enough.
What are you doing here?
And then all of a sudden, it's a nightmare. I don't want to talk about it. It's happened not too many times, but anyway, so we have our guitars here.
We do
You
have
used to be in Iron Maidens. Are you still Iron Maidens when you want to be?
They've had a new guitar player since I've been playing with Alice. So it's, I would love to jam with them again, but it's not really.
Do you throw shade?
Never, ever. It's Nikki Stringfield. She's amazing.
Do you throw shade at Orianthi?
Never, ever. We love each other. That's the funny thing. Like, there's this huge catty reputation of females in music.
Is there?
Yeah, everyone says like, oh, you guys must have beef. You guys must, did you see she's doing this? And it's funny because all the girls that I know that are successful, we love each other.
Yeah.
It's only the ones that aren't where we are at that are catty, that are selfish, that are talking shit. Like,
name names. Who is that?
Never. But all the ones,
It's all those unsuccessful bitches we don't like.
Okay, well then let me put it to you another way. Who would win in a fight between you and Orianthi?
Physical fist fight?
I do more weights. She does more cardio. So.
And you're younger. You might be a little bit more spry, right?
Because we have a little surprise for you.
Uh-oh.
Come on in.
Come on. Where my gloves at? No, I think if I could get her in the first round, I think I'd get her. But I think her cardio would probably put me down.
I mean, she has stamina.
She runs a lot more than I do.
She has stamina, but
weights.
you have power.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's anybody's guess.
It's like Floyd and Connor.
Yeah, I know that if I got in the ring with her, she'd destroy me.
Mm-hmm.
That's for sure.
No stamina needed.
Todd, your mic. Aim your mic at her.
Put your mic closer.
Not at her guitar, dude. The amp.
The amp. It does. All right, hold on a second. These headphones are the fucking worst. All right, here's what we're gonna do. A little treat for everybody. I talked Nina into this, so if it goes badly, it's my fault.
Well, actually, if it goes badly, it could very well be my fault because you're going to play Dave today, and I'm going to play Adrian.
No, I'm playing Adrian.
You're playing the Adrian solo, but you're playing the Dave rhythms.
That's way nerdier than I ever got about them.
You got it. You got this. Did you bring your Dave Murray wristband? Because you're Dave Murray today.
20 years ago, I lost it. I don't know what it is.
You lost it?
Yeah.
How could you lose it? That's
I'll get another one.
Priceless memorabilia.
They're bound to shoot another video, right? We'll go to eBay.
Eventually.
All right, so let's get some levels, and Dan is going to join us. Now, the interesting thing here is that we do not have a vocalist, so I invite you. Here's what I'm going to speak like holistic, like new agey. I would like to invite you to relax and sit back and imagine, if you will, with your mind's eye, what could be transpiring lyrically and vocally if you don't know this song. And if you do know this song, sing it the fuck along. All right? Give it a start. That was kind of fun. Don't you always feel like those riffs? Like, I always feel like it's too long.
I never feel like that.
Really?
Never.
Never
too long.
There's a radio edit where they I think after one of the verses it does half as long.
See, when I used to play in the Iron Maidens, I used to drink a lot, and that was my beer break. Courtney and I would we'd play the riff with one hand, and we would have a beer in the other hand, and then we would pour the beer in each other's mouths while we were doing that riff.
Hot.
How are you doing that riff one-handed? Show me.
Was it that one? Maybe it was. Actually, I think I'm maybe thinking of. I might be thinking of Flash of the Blade.
Show me.
I think if we did it during that one, we just skipped the high note.
Yeah. Drinking, it's the visual anyway.
You do a lot of stuff with one hand.
Yeah, I know. How are you? Are you more proficient with your left or your right?
Left, by far.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So, are you one of those players that picks every single note?
No, not even a little bit.
You know what I'm talking about?
No, yeah, I
like
know
it's
exactly
all
what you're
pull-offs
talking
and
about.
hammers and shit,
It's
right?
all legato. It's all and I get asked sometimes, like in my clinics, they go, "Thank you." How did you develop your legato technique? Like, your legato technique is really strong. I was like, because I hate alternate picking so much.
Yeah.
I hate it so much. It's the worst. My alternate picking was never super strong, so I just developed my left-hand technique. That's what I did. Yeah, super lazy.
And I was also very self-taught. Like back when I was a kid, there was just records.
Right.
So you just had to drop the needle and listen and try and figure it out, and then pull it back and drop it again and try and figure it out, and like just learn by ear.
Right.
And it didn't occur to me. It felt like it sounded the same with my left hand.
Right.
So I didn't even worry about my right hand.
Yeah.
And then as soon as
it became your style.
And yeah, it became my style. And then I learned what guys are doing. I was like, holy fuck, there's a right hand.
There's a right hand. People are now using their pick and their fingers, like John.
You play guitar with two hands? What's the matter with you? So when does everything start? This is a big, exciting week for you. You must be stoked.
Oh, I'm so stoked. I'm beyond stoked. Everything we're in full swing, full speed ahead. We're doing a music video tomorrow, which is...
oh, you are?
Yeah.
What time's your call?
What I'm going to wear. 11.
Oh,
and we
good
still
for
have
you.
to go get, I have to figure out what we're going to wear, and we have to go get all of Josh's drums from our storage unit. So that's fun. That's what you want to do the morning of a shoot.
Wait, but you don't have to go get the drums, do you?
Well, I do, because he's my boyfriend, so... So
right.
we do collectively.
I'm looking at him. He looks pretty able-bodied.
He'll carry the heavy stuff, but I'll be there.
That guy looks like you look like you could carry
the whole drum set
at
once.
At once. Yeah. Just fucking walk,
strap it on your back,
and walk there with it. You know what I mean? Or sprint.
One hand, the hardware case, just boom.
Yeah, we see each other at the gym all the time. I talked to you yesterday, and you mentioned it. I was like, that's weird.
I see you here.
Yeah, I see me here. But I left that gym because I couldn't handle it. It was just a fucking scene. Do you go to that gym?
Hell no.
No, I can't do it.
He and I go there because that's where men work out. You obviously don't go there anymore.
Well, I go to the gym up the street, which is definitely where men work out. So I go to the gym on Santa Monica. So.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Why don't you guys go to the same gym?
Because I can't afford to go to that gym. That gym is expensive. My gym is like $30 a month.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's where it's at. $30 a month is where it's at.
See, for me, I was a gym guy for many, many years. Your boyfriend will tell you, but past couple of years, it's just been yoga and cardio and just kind of what I'm trying to do is just kind of be centered and happy. And like I go into the gym and it's like narcissism and judgment.
That's that
and
gym.
Music. And weights being dropped, and guys going, and fucking.
That's Josh.
Guys with their fucking earbuds in that hear you say, "Are you done using this?" But they don't take the thing out and go, "Huh?" And they give you attitude. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, Todd's that guy.
Or those motherfuckers sitting on a machine texting. And you're like, "Hey, can I get in?"
I dealt with that today. This morning.
I totally knew it.
I was like, "Bro, you done or what?" Huh?
And then you got a dirty look, right?
Yeah, he's the asshole.
No, you're the jerk for asking if the person sitting on the machine texting, "Excuse me, are you still
I've
using this?"
actually said, "Excuse me, how many more sets of sitting there texting do you have?"
You've actually said that?
Yeah.
You're my hero.
Yeah. It was an asshole, but it was okay.
And it was to a little kid though.
It was warranted. Yeah. But it was
I love
warranted.
doing yoga though. I've been doing yoga. I do the DDP yoga on the road, which I love. And then when I'm here, I go to hot yoga just up the street on Sunset. I go to a place called Hot Box Rock and Roll
Yeah,
Yoga.
I know it.
Yeah, I love that place. She plays like Bon Jovi and Motley Crue and stuff during the yoga session. It's super rad.
Have you seen the black metal yoga classes?
No.
Black metal Burzum style
Does
yoga
not sound
class.
relaxing.
It's not relaxing. It's a fucking workout.
Right.
It's rad.
That sounds amazing. My place just added hot Pilates, which sounds really challenging. I'm going to try to hit the hot Pilates at Hot Box while I'm still in town because hot Pilates sounds like something I'll either really like or really hate.
I like hot PS4 on my couch. That's what I like.
Hot pizza.
Anything with the word hot in front of it, I just
Not into
I'm
it.
not
But are you
into it.
Are you into that reformer thing? I can't get with the reformer.
No, I think this is like
Reformer?
mat. This is like
it's on a mat.
Mat Pilates. Yeah, hot mat Pilates.
Yeah. And you do that every day on tour.
I do the
high
DDP
school.
yoga on tour. They have an app which has like all the workouts in it. So I try to stay super, super healthy on the road because I do 7 days a week. I do 5 Alice Cooper shows and 2 guitar clinics a week. So
wow.
I have all my meals sent out. I eat a company called Trifecta Nutrition, which sends all my healthy food out. So I'm not just eating pizza and popcorn and chips and whatever else. And I do the DDP yoga app. I've got my trainer.
But there are let me interrupt. There are nights.
Of course there are.
3 a.m. on the bus, everybody's asleep, and you have a look in the fridge and
there's the salt and vinegar chips.
poke around. There might be some ice cream up there, and no one's looking.
I'm the one that gets the ice cream sandwiches for the bus. Oh, God. So
those are
the little
best.
ones,
Yes, of
like
course.
the cuties.
Yes.
That's what I get. I
You like
keep
the
them in the bus
Neapolitan?
for those. I like the mint ones. I
Ooh,
get the
good
Skinny
one.
Cow mint
Oh,
ones.
Skinny Cow's a jam.
Skinny Cow I love.
Yeah,
I got-
because here's my theory on Skinny Cow is that you can eat all 10 of them.
you can eat all 10 of them, and it basically equals one. We'll do
And
that.
you'll
We'll get-
lose weight.
It's
Yeah.
frozen
It says
salad, really. It's
skinny.
frozen salad.
It says skinny in it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we get those. We got a freezer full of those right now. Actually.
we have 3 minutes left?
Yes.
Any last things that you want to plug? Anything you want to talk about?
Social media stuff. Where can people find you?
Yeah.
Websites?
Yeah, I'm Hurricane Nita on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. I'm Nita Strauss on Facebook. My website, nitastrauss.com, has all my tour dates and all that good stuff. But honestly, the best way to keep up with me is always on social media. I'm always on the Instagram.
You're
and
a big
Facebook,
grammer.
and I'm a big grammer. I like the gram.
Yeah.
Are you an interactor? Do you interact with the people?
I do. Yeah, I do. I do all my own social media. There's only myself and Josh are the only admins of my social media, and he, I don't think, has ever even signed into mine except maybe to block someone that was bothering me.
Yeah.
But yeah, anytime you see someone writing back, it's always me personally. I try to interact as much as I can because I think we can all agree without the people that are there commenting and sharing and liking and interacting with us, we couldn't be here doing
I
this
have
now.
such a hard time with it.
You're good. You go through phases though.
Yeah.
Where you're all about it, and then you're like, nope.
Yeah.
Well, it's, what's hard about it is you're perpetually put in this position where either you're rude to your fans by not responding or you're rude to the people that you're in the room with by being on your phone all the time.
Yeah.
And it sucks because I hate, there's nothing more rude than like you're at a table with
Well,
someone
I don't
and they're on
think
their phone.
I don't
you
think
know?
taking time away for your own self-care is rude to your fans.
No, not at all. No.
I just think it's
necessary.
And when you really think about it though, everybody in the entire fucking world knows who I'm with, where I am, what I'm doing, what I look like, what I'm wearing, and my dad doesn't know.
Right.
You know what I mean? My dad doesn't do Instagram. He's 86.
Oh,
you know
my
what I mean?
parents know.
Oh, they know. Okay, so
my
they know.
parents totally know. My mom says, "Oh my gosh, that picture of the sunset you posted looks so pretty. The dogs look so cute today." Like my mom is all up on the gram.
Yeah, my dad is still he's still in the dark times.
My mom will text me after I post an Instagram story and say she'll text. She could reply to the story, but instead of replying to the story, she texts me and says beautiful picture.
Oh, that's nice. That's
Yeah.
nice.
So
I
that's like
hate
the
when my
human-
mother fucking
Yeah.
posts anything.
She
Capitalizes everything she sends to me, which bothers
My
the
mom
shit out
likes
of me.
everything. If I posted, I hate my mother.
Yeah,
she
she'd
would like it.
with a little heart. And I've told her not to.
Yeah.
Like with work stuff.
Yep.
My
You know?
dad still doesn't get that caller ID comes up and cell phone technology and
Dave,
stuff.
it's dad.
So I'm like, hey, how you doing? Dave. Yeah. It's your dad. Yeah, I know. How you doing? Is this a good time?
I answered.
Well, yeah. I picked up the phone. Yeah, okay. And then we'll lose the call or something will happen. This is my favorite thing. This is my best part. And only older parents can relate to this. I get a call back. What happened? I was talking to you and then all of a sudden you were gone. Like, Dad, cell phones aren't perfect. What do you want me to tell you? You know what I mean?
That's adorable.
My dad
I don't know
signs
what
his.
happened.
My dad does that, but via text. So he'll text me and say, "Hi, honey, it's Dad," as if.
Oh, I know.
Doesn't come up. Not just on the call, but via text, where it clearly says "Dad" at the top of the screen.
Oh, I thought you were Liam Neeson. Sorry.
My dad signs
I will
it.
find you. I'll kill you.
On text, my dad signs it.
Mine too.
Love, Dad.
With a bunch of emojis.
Every time.
Yeah, love
Dave.
Dad, Shamrock, Moon, Heart.
My dad hasn't. Thank God he hasn't discovered those. I'll fucking kill myself if my dad gets into emojis.
Or gifts.
I was trying to type something. There was a bunch of little pictures and stuff. How the hell did this happen?
What's going on?
All right, we got to wrap it up.
We're out of time, unfortunately. Thank you so much. You've been a great guest.
Thank you guys.
Thanks for
having
jamming
me
with
on.
us.
That was fucking fantastic.
Up the
That was
irons.
amazing.
Fucking horns up, man. And so when do you guys leave for tour?
We are leaving on the record comes out the 16th, and the first show of the tour is the 19th in
Of
New
this
Bedford,
month?
Mass. Oh yeah,
And when's the LA show?
the LA show is December 9th.
We are playing,
Oh, yeah.
Royal Machines are playing December 7th.
That's my birthday.
Will you be here?
No, we're playing in San Diego. I would, but I will totally take you up on that invitation if it stands for another time. I would love to come jam with you
It
guys.
was a one-time shot. Sorry.
Oh, damn.
Sorry
That's
about
it.
that. That's
All right.
it.
Well, maybe will you send a limo to pick me up in San Diego so I can not show up?
That was it. But, off by a day. What are you going to do?
What are you gonna do?
What are you going to do? Nita Strauss, thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Hurricane Nita, is that going to be a confusion now that you're on your own? Is your Instagram handle going to be a confusing thing for people to find you?
No, I don't think so. It's been the same. I've had the same social media name
Even if
forever.
you look up Nita Strauss,
It'll come up.
Oh, it'll come up. Okay, I don't know anything about that.
Technology is pretty amazing nowadays.
Well, I was kind of late to the party on all the things. So by the time I got in Instagram, somebody had already taken at Nita Strauss.
Yeah, there's a bunch of Dave Navarros out there asking for money.
Oh yeah, mine too.
Really?
Yeah. Your manager. You want to hide your money from your manager. And,
Oh, my
and
God.
Oh yeah, me too. I get the same thing all the time.
I don't even know what
It's
they're
absurd.
trying to scam me for.
No, I know.
Like,
It's-
when am I going to go, you know what? Yeah.
people are sending these messages in completely broken English. Are you one of my fans?
Yeah.
What?
What about this one? I'm from Brazil.
Come to Brazil.
Come to Brazil. That's it.
There was a guy who scammed a Bruce Springsteen fan out of $70,000.
Only Bruce Springsteen fans have that kind of money.
Yeah, because she's like, a guy called her. He was a Bruce impersonator and said, "I'm hard up some from cash. I know you're a big
No!
She just gave him $70,000 over the course of like a few months.
To the boss?
Yeah.
The boss is not hurting.
No, he's doing real well.
He's doing okay.
He's like $70,000.
I know. Nita Strauss, thank you so much. Look for the record, and I will post about it when it comes out. Send me a little an ad thing or
I will.
one
Thank
of
you
your
so
things,
much.
or I'll retweet it or whatever. And I wish we had more time because this is killer.
We'll do it again.
Yeah, we'll
Great
do it
show. Darren at the console, thank you so much.
Next week.
And
Tom
next
Morello.
week,
Absolutely.
Tom Morello. Next week. That's right. I'm gonna get him in here, and I'm gonna get that digital wah thing out of his hands and see what now try and see what you can do, pal. I think we're doing acoustic jams, but Tom's one of my best friends. So we'll see you next week. Thanks for listening.
It is not in the file. It is not.